College football here on Wager Talk TV. And in this video, we're going to take a look at a game in the Big Ten that perhaps not everybody is talking about. We're going to look at Michigan State at Iowa. The Hawkeyes are a 17-point favorite. I'll repeat that again. The Iowa Hawkeyes are expected to win by 17 or more points. The total is sitting at just 43. Michigan State will come in with a record of 3-7. They're 5-5 against the spread. They've lost all 4 of their road games, and they're still winless at 0-7 in the Big Ten. They're still looking for their first conference win, but it's not as though they haven't been competitive in games against USC, Nebraska, Minnesota, and Michigan. They were within that 17-point margin. In fact, those games at USC, Nebraska, and Minnesota were all road games as well. And their history against Iowa, they've won 4 of the last 8 outright, and they've only lost 1 of those games by 17 or more points. And this Iowa team, you don't see them favored by 17 points too often. I know their offense is a little bit better, but is it that much better? Since 2011, 7-1 against the spread, 4 wins against the Hawkeyes is the record for Michigan State. They won 32-20 at home against Iowa last October. Now, they are banged up, and they haven't been as competitive this year as they were last year. But they're 5-2 against the spread in their conference games this year. So there is that to hang your hat on. It could be a bad weather game at Kinnick. Could be a low-scoring game at Kinnick. Hawkeyes coming off back-to-back losses. Are they reeling right now? Well, we're going to talk about it. But before we do, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available this weekend at wagertalk.com. And those of you who follow me probably are already aware of this one, the Weekend Warrior Package. I'll give you all my college football plays this Saturday, all my NFL plays this Sunday. We'll even throw in Monday Night Football, all for just $49. If you're wondering how I'm doing, well, last week I was 3-2 with my football plays, but we did cash in our 5% winner on San Diego State over Boise State. That's back-to-back 5% college football winners the last 2 weeks. We're still getting it done with college and pro football, one of the top profit handicappers for football this season and dating back the last several seasons as well. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. I do ask, though, that you take the time to smash that like button. And if you've got anything to say to me about this game or any other game in college football, you want to talk about the NFL, anything you want to talk about, college basketball, NBA, feel free to hit me up in the comments below. I get a lot of feedback from the viewers, some of it negative, most of it pretty positive, however. Sometimes people comment on my style, my appearance. And let's have a look at what people are saying this week, by the way, because I did a video for college basketball for the game on Wednesday or Tuesday, Michigan State versus Kentucky. And I got some feedback on that video that I'd like to share with you, and I'd like your opinion on it if you think this is valid or not. This guy says, well, this was a pointless video, and I answered, the total landed on 149, well short of the listed number of 153.5. Some might say that was the point of the video. In the video, the free pick I gave out was the under, and it did cash. What he's referring to, though, is in the opening segment of the video, I acknowledged that there is 300 plus college basketball teams. They have a lot of turnover in the starting lineup. Some of the programs have new coaches. And 3 games into the season, I'm not totally up to date with all these college basketball teams. I'm still learning on the fly. That's just me being honest. Some people found that distasteful. I got to tell you, 99.9% of people out there are in the same boat, and most of them that are telling you they're not are lying. So if you don't appreciate the honesty, I don't know what I can say. I played the total because the total doesn't really we're looking at different numbers. We're looking at pace of play, tempo. We're looking at coaching trends, we're looking at venues, various things, which it doesn't really matter how familiar I am with the new freshmen and transfer players. So, it worked out. We got the winner, but some people aren't happy. Let's take a look at what the next guy has to say. Much the same. This dude's first statement caused me to click off the video. Probably never tune in again. Smart, laughing out loud. Well, I have to say, if you come here to learn something from a video and you click off in the first 5 seconds and then you take the time to leave a comment, I don't have high hopes for your gambling career. I really don't. But to each their own. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. And I want to assure you that, by the way, all these comments come from the same video, college basketball, Michigan State, Kentucky, and not everybody was complaining. This guy says, first time watching one of your videos. I really enjoyed you tipping the points total under. I like it. It sounds good when you say both teams are going to run the ball. My play is on the under 51.5 on an alt line. Top video. By the way, I just liked and subscribed. Now, these are the kind of comments, of course, I like these comments much more, but I appreciate all the comments. So, certainly don't be afraid to be critical of my videos. Let's take a look at one last comment. I just want you guys to get the idea that not everybody's complaining. Jesse is the man. He consistently makes me money. Many thanks, my dude. I don't always agree. He can be filthy at times. Now, I don't think he's talking about my personal hygiene. I think he means filthy in a good way. I'm hoping anyways. Let's get back to the game. You guys have probably had enough of me talking about what people are commenting in the videos, but I hope that that inspires you to leave your feedback as well. So, Iowa, 6-4 straight up, 7-2-1 against the spread. They are 4-2 at home, but they're coming off a 26-21 loss at USC. Prior to that, they lost 18-16 at home to Oregon. Now, of course, Oregon and USC are not in the same caliber as Michigan State. However, it could be a bit of a dream crusher spot. Iowa was in contention. They still had big aspirations prior to those 2 losses, and now, they're bowl eligible. They'll go to a bowl game, but it's not going to be a dream season for Iowa. They did take the next step offensively. They're averaging significantly more points than they have in previous seasons. That said, they're not exactly lighting it up in the passing game, let me tell you. There was a bit of hype about starting quarterback Mark Gronowski coming into this season, but if you look at his numbers, 1,216 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks, 64% passing. Those numbers scream Iowa, don't they? As I mentioned, could be some weather here. We look at the last 10 head-to-head games between these teams. Only one of those games saw a double-digit spread, and that game ended in a push. So, it's hard for me not to like the dog here. 17 points is an awful lot for a cold weather game in Iowa City at Kinnick. I will take the Michigan State Spartans plus the 17. They're still hunting for that elusive first conference win. I think they come to play here, at least keep within 17 points. If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And remember, if you've got anything to say to me, I love the feedback. So hit me up in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.